Okay, we're live. Oh, that was easier than yesterday. Heck yeah. Let me hold up, make sure I'm on master, on main. Just gonna go through and close all these. Oh, yeah, yeah, I could do that. I can actually on FaceTime do this. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think I should be ready. Remove import data. Or do we want to? Okay, the import data. Um, do you like the export data, how it works right now? Mhm. Yeah, I definitely want to use JSON instead. Um, yeah, I tell you what, let's do a 5-minute timer. Okay. So what I want to do is instead, right now I created a string representation. I definitely want a JSON data. Um, basically, I found like this share link thing, which allows us to pop up the share sheet and share an item. Right now I'm sharing this string, but I'd rather do the JSON data. So I know we do our tasks are at least I'm pretty sure they might not be codable. And that's probably one of the things I was trying to figure out. But basically we would create a var encoder, so JSON encoder, and then we do like encoder.encode self, and that would return us data, and then we return data. Um, it should. Now the issue is, yeah, we do need to be encodable. So our E to E task, I thought it was because it's a model, but it's actually not. So we could make like a struct like E to E task. Um, I was trying to do that. It does not conform. Um, Codable means encodable and decodable. It's kind of the both ways, which we would need for the import and export. So tell you what, let me try to have chat do this. So yeah, this is what I need. So in order for it to be codable, we need this init from. So this is how it is encodable, and this is how it's decodable. Um, but we also need coding keys. And now here's the other thing is focus sessions is not encodable. So here I was going to put this at the bottom. Because this is where we have all of our extensions. So then I could ultimately get rid of this. But for now, yeah, we need focus sessions to also be like this. So I'm going to open up focus session. I'm going to paste the same thing. This one's easier. It's just start and end. So start. Yeah. But this just means like anytime we change um, these models, we're going to need to make sure we keep up with this stuff. You know. um, I don't know, dude. That's like, I still don't like that. Oh, that's funny though. Okay, yeah, you'd have to know the data type. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of like the opposite of how things should work. That's funny though. Okay, so now we've set it up to be encodable and decodable. So this, um, we should share. Okay, so I had the string representation. Now I need to share like, I'm going to create, so this is mutating public functions. This is getting funcs. So I'm going to add a getting func, like func as data. And I'll create that encoder. It's JSON encoder, encoder dot encode self return, and this returns as data. Now this is a throwing function. So we need to try to do this. And these are lets, they don't change. So we get this as data. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And this is like, okay, this is what we could do. Like if let data equals try root task dot as data and only render this. The only bad thing is that means every time our settings show up, this is going to run. And like right now it's fine. And it should be fine. I don't know. It's just like if you get this huge task, it could be that like every time you hit the settings button, it'll slow it down. And see, it's crashing right now. I'm gonna run. All right, let's see. Why is it crash? And the other thing I'm not sure is like this thing is recursive. So yeah, this is what I'm worried. Like, is it crashing because it's like recursing over and over again? Um, yeah, yeah, I hit it and it's like freezing now. Oh, so yeah, look at this. Encode. So it's trying to encode stuff and it's like the children. That's like where the recursive. Yeah. So it hopefully should do like encode. I don't know. Let me look up some. Oh, my whole laptop's like freaking out now. So yeah, maybe yeah. Let's try this. We right now encoded present parent. Maybe we just don't even do this. So it only does the children. Okay. So that seemed to work. So now when I hit export, this might work. Save the files. Nice. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. So this just saves as data, which maybe are we chill with that? Yeah, I just need to I need to add the import stuff now. So yeah, share preview. Let's see. Because I thought it was gonna be when I so this is the preview, eat the elephant data, and then this is the name of your root thing. So this is what it's saying is you create a temporary URL and you give it the stuff, which I could probably put in here. Just today's date, not the name of the. Yeah, I just want to see if this works, and then we could format the. Okay, if this works, let's do 5 minutes for importing. Oh, yeah. Save as data. Mm, are we okay with that for now? Okay. Yeah. Also add nice to have is don't convert task to data until share link is pressed. So that'd be nice. Okay. So now import. And right now I'm just gonna do file importing. So it looks like there's a dot file importer. That's what I was thinking. What are you okay with that? Yeah. Yeah. And is this gonna be behind paywall? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, like if which yeah, I'd be sick. Nice, okay. So we got our file, absolute string. Okay. So when we get the file back, which is what is this? A URL, sick. So yeah, we should have a func like, so we have the as data, which converts it to data. Maybe I say like from data. I'll make this one static, like mm, maybe it already works. Task from decoder. I'm gonna see what chat can do. So yeah, let's see if it's able to print out a task. I don't know exactly what the start accessing security scoped resource does, but hey, if we need it, yeah, it's going. Okay, so I put a breakpoint. Do we get the task back? Looks like we got a task back. Then it has this Swift data no type, which is a pain as we're debugging. But we did get the imported task with the test name. So now I think if we just update root task to be this task we get back, then we should be good. Let's try running that. Self is mutable. Which is weird because this is a bindable. I guess it's a bindable, not a binding. So maybe I need, oh, that should be fine. Maybe I need to do like, Okay. Hi. This means self is immutable. Mm. So I'll add some more. Illegal attempt to map a relationship containing temporary objects to its identifiers. This might have been from our export stuff. Okay, I changed it to FFF. Let's see if this works at all. And we lose the milestone. Yeah. So should we just wait on it? Because it would be sick. Yeah. Mm, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So for that one, I did create a um, like let's go to the core onboarding flow. I created this app blocker picker because we are doing this in a few different spots. And I added it to the screen time service thing. So in here, when you call this, you pass in a bool, it will open up this app blocker picker modifier, which just does all the stuff and it waits for the on change of is presented. So I'm wondering maybe instead of like being it like, oh, as soon as you change is presented, we actually show, I'm gonna have like a private var like internal is presented. So like if is presented, and then this changes to else. So we should at this point say internal is presented equals true. But before we say it's equal to true, we should check to see if we have permissions. And that way, instead on here, instead of like relying on the is presented passed in, we'll do the internal is presented. And yeah, so in here, we do have some code is already that does the try await shared. Yeah, this thing. So I'm going to cut this and instead put it here, which we need a task. And then if it fails, do we just do nothing? Mhm. Yeah. I'm just wondering like, so if they go to our settings and they tap it and it fails, it'll just look like it didn't work at all. Maybe do we want to like pop up an alert? Yeah, this is requesting permission. I just don't know. Like, I think if it failed, like if they deny it once, I think it automatically fails. Oh, really? It just does it every time? Okay. Okay. So that's nice. So I'm gonna have a um, try to present function and a func that's called like picker closed. That way it's like a little bit cleaner. We don't have to worry. Okay. Okay. So if the internal presented changes to be false, that means that the picker is closing. So we don't need to do this, but we at that point update our shield activities and we pass in this on selection updated and we set the like the external one to be false as well. Okay. So that's good. Now if is presented is changed, if is presented, this means that we want to try to present But then if they say externally, if they're saying, oh, don't present it anymore, then I think we could say internal is presented equals false. And that will start closing everything for us. Okay, so this is a task. It tries to start requesting authorization. So this should pop up if they haven't given permission or if they denied it. And if they failed to do it, then we'll say is presented as false. And that'll get caught here. And then it'll close the picker. And then if they do it, then we'll say internal is presented equals is presented, which should, let's see, try to be true, or it should be false. So it should close the picker. So we might not need this line. Okay. So yeah, let's try this. I'll try it on a new device. 17 Pro Max. I don't think I've done it here. I know. Well, I think they look pretty sick. I think they look sick. I did. Look at this. Uh, look at that. Look at that button. I've been working on it. Big thing is when I put Graham down to sleep, I don't like because this has the always on, and he'll try to play with it. So I normally have to turn on theater mode. So between 7 and 8 p.m., if I hit the button, it toggles theater mode. But lately, it's not been between 7 and 8 p.m. So I need to like think about it a little bit more. You know? Okay. So do we want to test saying no? Well, it's saying no. Yeah. That takes us to this screen. Yo, that's nice that it does that. Dang. Yeah. So now I hit continue. Maybe I hit don't allow. Now settings. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't even close out here. Okay. Hit done. Oh, it's the settings. Also, we should pop up the picker at that point. So something's up. So I'm in settings now. There it is. Nice. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's nice. S So I just added this line, internal is presented as true, because this should now can I if I then hit off, does it only do it there or does it save it? So it saves it here. So now this should pop up an alert because this isn't popping up anymore. Yeah, that's something else. No. So let's see what the error is because maybe that's a specific error. Like if they've rejected it in the settings. So it's trying. Okay, we try. Oh, we fail. Oh, now it does. Okay, that's weird. So, but now with my change, hopefully the goal is that the screen time thing pops up now. Which one? Okay, so now the screen time pops up. So this is better now. Okay. But now it's like, okay, if I come in here, I refresh it, it's on. And I go back, it's trying. Oh, okay. 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 Yeah, I'm chill with that. That's clean. I'm glad I put that into this. And now this should work if we want to add screen time stuff to any other app. Boom. Okay. Next. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. So when we mark done, we set is done to true and finish dates now, but we don't do anything to the parent. So we need to also, I don't think this animation stuff's actually doing anything, right? Or have you noticed any other animation lately? I was wondering if, okay. So when mark done is hit, right now we're just doing only to self, but now let's, if all sibling tasks are now done, parent should be marked as done. And that should be recursive, right? Like, oh, that's fun. Which hopefully, okay, hopefully should work. Okay. So we need to check all sibling. So first step is getting siblings. This only happens if there's a parent, right? So guard let parent. else return. So we're not, if we don't have a parent, we're just done with this function. Now, except for the root. Yeah. Okay. And it is optional. Like, okay. So making sure there's a parent. If there's a parent, then we need to check just pretty much we don't have to worry about like the siblings, like that. It's pretty we just need to check all the children of the parent. So like if parent.children.all satisfy where is done, then we mark the parent as done. Yeah. And yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna put it like this. And I don't even think we need this. We could just say like, okay, if a parent exists and its children all satisfy, then the parent, if it exists, should be marked as done. Okay. Um, equals true. Really well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is my favorite. Like of this whole project, the recursive task is like so fun. Yeah. Okay. So empty 1.1.1. Okay. So if I mark this one as done, we expect that this one is marked as done. Boom. So that's marked as done. Now I'm gonna mark like this one is done. Oh, sure. I mean, might as well. I'm just worried about AI in the future. Like, might be expensive, but it can't be that expensive. Oh, and I think the timer's broken. Okay, which means MT1 got marked off. Yeah. Now is that something that changed because of us? That's a good point. So mark done is called, and that should all just happen like this. Like in this line, it should recursively go through. So this move to next task is calling the move to next task in the root. Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't know. I feel like every time Xcode changes, we suddenly get all these things, which are like, what is this? You know? Okay, I'm gonna try. So this should be MT3, and then when I hit done, and look, okay, milestone 1 is correctly finished. So it should take me to milestone 2. Yeah. And basic, yeah, it could just be our let's add this to the list and then do it. What's like what would be the next thing? Because at least we know for now like this is done, right? Do we want to try to like see if the change, let's check to see if the change we just did introduced this bug. It didn't. It's always like we've seen. Has this been an issue for a while? Is it broken on yours? Okay. Let me see. Maybe it's the with animation that broke it. Because I just removed this logic that we put in and it's still broken. Yeah. So that's what I was going to try. MT3. So it's still broken for me. What have we changed as well? Yeah, from mark not done, delete self, start focus, and stop focus. I'm adding it back to stop focus now as well. I'll show you. Yeah, so this is how it works. We show focus mode if you have a focused task. So it's basically calling close is really just setting focus task to nil. And when you hit move to next task, either through skip, which isn't working now, or when you hit done, it also says move to next task. So what we're doing is updating focus task to be the next not done leave task. So if there's none, then it closes. But if there is one, it changes this. So we haven't changed this at all. Yeah, except we're not marking the parent as done anymore. I took out this code. Yeah. So we did I commented out as data, and I commented out update from file URL, or I created this and then commented it out. And then I added this stuff, but we commented it out. And then start focus didn't have it with animation. And then this one, I added in this init, but commented it out. And then we had string representation, but I deleted it. And then this. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, the change didn't come from this most recent thing. So I'm thinking for now, I'm gonna keep this in here. Yeah. Um, but it's working for you. What build are you on? Is that the absolute latest? Let me see. Oh, I think so. 49. I have not pushed, so that was from yesterday. What the heck, man? What does yours look like? Like, maybe I need to delete, like, let me delete all these. I'm just wondering, like, your task list. See, look, now it's working. So it might just be how we're okay. So right now, if I just have two tasks right next to each other, I'm at 3. I hit done. Now it's 4. So it might be like if we have too many deep. So what it looks like to me is when I'm at 3.1, it it doesn't know how to get to 4. Is it is it like that then? Okay. So yeah, I think it's this next. Yeah. So yeah, where is that? Um, it's this one. Next not done leave task. So let's look at it in terms of this one. 3.1, when you hit next, when you finish, 3 should be done. So it should go to 4, right? So task to look through. First, it looks through its children. Why is that? I mean, like, it kind of is a problem because do we, well, it's also, well, like, we will look through this. Um, I don't know. We don't know if they're not done or not. But the other problem is why would we look at a children? Like, are we ever going to call this on something that's not a leaf node? Because we can only be in focus mode. We're only looking at leaf stuff, right? Anyways, but regardless, this is how we've got it set up right now. The next step is it checks to see if it has a parent. So, which in this case would be 3. It gets the parent's sorted children's first index of self. So I guess the issue is like this is all just grabbing at the current one's siblings, but it's not looking at its parents' siblings. Yeah. So that's the issue is we can't go to a new parent, like you were saying. Okay. Do you want to set a 5-minute timer? We figure it out. Okay. Because it also could be like, oh, it's like it's all the way down. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Has to look to if a parent, current index, next index, siblings, adds them. If nothing is found, bubble up to parent's next search space. Yo, that's kind of sick. So if let task, return task, else like return parent next not done. Yeah, that's fun. It'll just keep bouncing up if needed. Yeah, because going yeah, this is the back down. So as we build up this list and then this goes down, the first not done leaf task. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, this is gonna take us up 1.2. When I hit done, it should go to M3. Yeah, MT3. There we go. So let's exit and let's like undo this and undo this one. But let's have this one be marked as done. Oh, yeah, we should look into that. Add that to the list. Okay. But just to test for now, when I hit focus mode, it should do MT 1.2. When I hit done in focus mode, MT 1.2 should be done, and MT 1 should be done, and milestone 1 should be done. And then it should move us to milestone 2. You ready? Okay, start the task, hit done. Milestone 2. Oh, so that works. Dang. Okay. Sick. Thanks, chat. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna see if chat. I was messing with this the other day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. Okay. There you go. Oh, I'm missing one thing. I need to update now every time. Okay, there we go. Mm. Work on task or is task? Okay, sick. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, it doesn't do just 15 minutes. That's what I was trying to do. It does forever. Okay. All right. So, um, here, let's do this together really quick because you had already done it. I just moved this. I have a finished task count, which we have verified that this is correct, right? And then I just made this task count to do, which is looking at the number of tasks needed to ignore, else it's zero. And so right now we're just always showing divided by. But you're saying that we need to not show that if, like, hmm, yeah, okay. So let um allow ignore, and that'll be if the finished task count is greater than or equal to task count to do. So in this case, it'll be allow ignore, then it just says ignore. And then I'll just create like a let secondary button label text equals, just to like clean this up a little bit. Okay. So now what you're saying is we need this allow ignore to be in the other spot, which means we need this is from today. We need this finished task count. Okay. So what I'm wondering is I'm going to take this And I'm going to go to the shield configuration data object. So we created this object. And like I was telling you, this object exists in all three. And then I'm just going to paste this in here and add some functions like is from today is going to return us a bool. And this is self. That is true. Yeah, because it's only used to do this stuff. Yeah, hopefully. There's some stuff I'm like, yeah, like, do we even need this function if it just returns this one line? This. So this needs to be a function because this, okay, and then this needs to be a bool. Yeah, I do think this makes sense. And then, yeah, if we can get rid of this. And then, yeah, this one we don't. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So let's see now. We'll go back to the shield configuration. And now this is like, yeah, if I think the issue is this config data isn't optional. So if it doesn't exist, we'll just say like you can't ignore. Or no, we should say we can't. Yeah, that is true. Okay. So then so finish count should just be I do need finish task count for if it's not being ignored. So I think in this case it is the config data dot finish task count out 0. And the task count to do we still need. But then yeah, are we only using this here? And if that's the case, like maybe we just put this here and not even include this. Same thing. Yeah, true. That's funny. I like this though. It's yeah, yeah. Right here. Okay. So I need both these things. So right here, if allow ignore, then we do what? How else we do the oh true, because we have to. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we try that. Nope. Classic. Okay, so let's configure some. Oh, so nice. And then it pops us up. Yeah. Hit, yeah, so I hit this. The thing is, I don't, yeah, dude, I don't know if, let me try it on iPhone Air. I think it's the simulators are having issues. Sorry. My bad. Sorry. Shoot. I should know. That's good. Yeah, let's try it on here. Oh, nice. And if you've already like approved, it just pops up. There we go. Ignore. Oh, but look, if I now do this and hit, now it works. They could still see. Yeah. Ignore. And if I only mark off one task, bam. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's what gets me is the day thing. Oh, here's the bad thing is if you mark all your milestones done, then your goal's done, and then it takes you back to onboarding. What would the continue with this one be? Yeah. I guess like the main thing is our like the way that we have everything working is that we have this query that's grabbing all of our tasks that are the root task and that are not done. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah. And that's where I'm like, because right now this is what's determining whether or not we're in onboarding or not. Which, yeah, I think it it made sense and it's like easy, but it couples onboarding to the tasks. Whereas yeah, I just don't know. Like, we're gonna have to change it if we want to do something like that. Hmm. Okay, so we have this preferencing section, selecting a color. So right now it's a picker, and so it just updates. It shows all the colors and updates it. So instead, I'm gonna have like this for each, but instead of having this be a button that runs code and then has this as the label. So if our purchase manager dot is premium, then it will just update the preferences manager dot selected theme to be this theme. Else, show paywall is going to be true, which means none of them should be disabled, right? Like, okay, so let's try this. Okay, so this works as we are subscribed. To the other issue is we don't. I guess, are you okay if like we could see the green, but there's not a check mark? Should we add a check mark before the one that we are are selected? Yeah, and okay, let's and change the name. We should be able. Yeah. Yeah. What here? I'm gonna add in this. This is where you'll put in the names. and I'll just have it be having it be the color might be a little tough. Okay. So yeah, just update the name part, and that should be fine. I could try to have like the foreground style be the theme dot color. I think because we're in a menu, it might not work. Yeah, we might like I just don't know if we even can have a view that's the color. Yeah, let's try that. Images might work. Should we try that? Okay. Yeah, sure. When you tap, um, yeah, not yet. I need to. Here's the bad thing about RevenueCat is the purchases aren't configured through StoreKit, at least from what I'm aware. So it's hard to like delete purchases. So let me hurry and run a different simulator. 17 Pro. How do you do it? Okay, ready. Whoa. I think it's because we're blocking settings. Let me do this. That's crazy. I guess so. Well, maybe on simulator you can. I guess you can't do settings, but like maybe this is a different like what I've heard is they use the term daemon or like daemon, where like different processes are like running pretty much apps, but they don't have an icon. So when you hit manage subscription, it must have like an app that it pops up, but because we've turned off all of them, and it shows this. Well, because we don't select individual apps here. When you select this, it's selecting the category. So if it belongs to one of these categories, then it will automatically be. I guess so. We should test this in prod, and if so, we should definitely like put a feedback or something. No. Yeah, that's a good thing. But I see I don't have any subscriptions. Mm, that might it might just reset your eligibility, like, f yeah, I delete. Okay, the terminal text is a lot faster. Have you seen that? I'm glad we're doing this. Yeah. Okay, so we're try premium. So if I go to theme, it says subscribe to unlock themes, and if I try to select one, it pops up this. I do here, I'm gonna add in, like, in haptics, we have the check mark and then that. I'm gonna add a check mark and then the color, if that's the color you're selected. Does that make sense? Um, like that settings is in? Oh, yeah, the settings drop-down component. It Yeah, it is a, let me see, the menu. Yeah. Yeah, let's try it. Um, icon, where's icon coming from? Mhm. Oh, like this? Is it the icon of the button? Okay, let's try it. Yeah. Okay, extra trailing closure, fast in call. So button might not have this icon. So I'm using action label. Yeah, I don't see any initializers to button that take in an icon. So I don't know if that works. Yeah, but system image is a string, which is one of the SF symbols, one of these things. I mean, maybe let me try. Okay. So taking this. No worries. Okay, let's try this. See, it doesn't show that. Um, yeah. Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, you can still see me. Okay. I'm gonna try this to see if I can add a check mark. And then we could try to see if we could add like a foreground to this thing. Yeah, let's see. So it'll look something like this, where we have a system image with the name. Okay. So something like this would work. So yeah, if theme is equal to it, then we'll do circle dot fill, else circle. Oh yeah, that's fun. I like that. So right now I try to hit red. Oh, boom, pops that up. Hit green, boom, pops that up. But if I'm on my iPhone Air, okay, I'm ready. Okay, that was a big one. Um, well, let's do the other thing first, and let's do the ignore stuff next time. Is the other thing the sheet for the URLs? Okay. Mhm. Okay. Oh, the toolbar? Yeah, I noticed that in Venmo, dude. I think it's an iOS 26 bug. Okay. Which okay. Um, yeah, here, I'm gonna add everything we've got. Okay. So now, okay. So basically it's in the action. There must be something that can happen in the action. Right now we're creating this temporary unblock, which is doing all this weird stuff, saving it. We're trying to start a device activity center thing for 15 minutes. I think this is the wrong approach. Are you saying that there's something else? Okay. Yeah. Can you share your screen with me through FaceTime? Are you are? Oh, that's what I thought. So that's what I was trying to do, the temporary. That's kind of what I was trying to figure out how to do. And I think is that where it's you need the shortcut in order for us to be able to read when apps are closed and opened? Mm. Because I think I've seen something where people are getting mad at Opal and saying like, "Oh, when you allow apps, you're allowing them for 15 minutes, but that's a long time. Like, can you make it shorter?" And then I saw somewhere that like Apple, the smallest m- time window for device settings is for device management is 15 minutes. Okay. Hmm? Right now? Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going. But yeah, let's hop back on this tomorrow. So it's a shortcut. See, and with that, I'd rather just do the 15-minute thing if it works. Okay, maybe we work through that tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I pushed. Let me see if it's going. That was fun. Dude, build 50 going. I know. Holy. Okay, cool. Yeah. I will end the stream. That was fun. You too. See you tomorrow.